Okay, hello everybody, shalom lekulam. Okay, I'm supposed to tell my personal story, even though for me it's another reincarnation. Okay, it was 20 years ago. But if it will good for somebody, if I will hear it again, it's also good because it's hard to change. Okay, a person finds it very hard to change, even though he knows the truth, even though he knows everything, but the change is hard. So let's start my story. I'm coming from a very secular family, okay, very secular family, an Ashkenazi family, okay. I'm saying Ashkenazi because there is Sephardic families that they have a little bit Masoret, a little bit things in Kiddush and Shabbat, Yom Kippur, Pesach, but in our home there was nothing, okay. I was raised here in Israel, of course, but I have no connection to the religious. I even hated religious people, okay. Don't be offended if there is. Here, no?
I've hated religious people myself.
Okay, so we have something in common. In Hebrew, I had a sentence like "dros kol dos." Dros is ran over. Dos is the Orthodox people. In Hebrew, it sounds better. Dros kol dos, hashmed kol chared. Chas v'shalom. I don't want to translate even. Okay. Yireh shamayim lamayim, to the water. And it's hard because, you know, I'm Israeli, I'm Jewish, I'm living here in Israel. How can I can be so anti? So how can I hate them? Okay, they're my brothers. But this is the situation now here in Israel. It's more ignorance, okay? It's not something real, it's ignorance. I don't know you, I don't understand you. All the time in the television, I'm hearing bad things on those people. Just to give you an example how much I was Bur ve'amaretz in Judaism, the only religious, things that I had in my life, it was bar mitzvah, okay, bar mitzvah. Bar mitzvah because my grandfather, zichrono livracha, he insisted that I was the oldest grandson, and I would go to the Bet Knesset and learn the Haftarah and do whatever I'm supposed to do as a Jewish person. But this is the first time, the last time I was in Bet Knesset till I was 25, okay? And I'm telling you that because the second time, that when I was 25, I came to the Bet Knesset, and I will tell you why I came to the Bet Knesset, and this is my whole story, but I'm taking it to the end, just for a minute, to understand how much I was far away from religion. So I'm coming for the second time in life. I was 25 years old, it was Friday. I was living in Herzliya. You know Herzliya? Okay, it's near the beach, nice place. And I was practicing triathlon. Triathlon, it's a sport that combines three kinds of sports. It starts with swimming, then bicycles, and then running. I was competing here in Israel and all over the world. I was sixth place in Israel, okay? Okay, shishi. So I was training in the beach, and then I decided to go to see how Bet Knesset looks like, okay? So it was Friday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm coming from the beach to a Bet Knesset, not near my home, because, you know, it's not like cool to go to the Bet Knesset, okay? Fanger, you went to the Bet Knesset, very nice. Somebody died. So I went to a place in Herzliya that nobody knows me, so they will know. So I went to a place in Herzliya, nobody knows me, and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm coming to the Knesset, and I'm knocking on the door. Nobody's opening the door, and I'm opening to myself. I'm getting inside, it's a nice place, the Knesset, and I see the Gabbai, okay, an old person, that's preparing the Sefer Torah to read for tomorrow, for Shabbat. And I'm calling him, "Hi, this is the Bet Knesset here?" He's looking at me like that, you know. Of course, what do you think? It's the beach here? I was with bathing suit, you know. So he said, here is the Bet Knesset, it's not the beach. I said, okay, I came here, let's start. Okay, what we are doing here? He said to me, you know, here you are davening, here you're learning Torah, but now 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you don't have anything to do now. Come after 4 hours, it will be Kabbalat Shabbat, you know, you can feel something very holy, very Jewish thing. Come after 4 hours. But meanwhile, he said to me, have you been in the mikveh? Oh, for Shabbat, preparing to the Shabbat, mikveh. So I said, what mikveh is? I don't know what mikveh is. I don't know anything. He said, mikveh, it's for Shabbat. It's kedusha, tahara, you know, go pure yourself for Shabbat. Go there. I said, it costs money? He said, of course, 5 shekels. And I said to myself, you see religious people? So I'm looking for money, and I have nothing in my pockets. So he said, no problem, I will loan you. So he gave me 20 20 shekels bill to go to the mikveh, and he called the guy, Moshe, take him to the mikveh. And this Moshe guy took me to the mikveh, and it was a very nice place. It's like a small jacuzzi, okay? I really enjoyed the atmosphere there, and then I didn't come at night, but the day after that, my parents taught me that if somebody gave you a loan, 20 shekels, give them back tomorrow. Give it back tomorrow because you can forget that, and you don't want to come in reincarnation, right? So he gave me the money on Friday. Day after that, Shabbat. Small detail. I'm waking up in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. Then I remembered I didn't give the money back to this old person. Where can I find him? In the synagogue, in the Bet Knesset. This is the Shmorot Teva of the religious people. Like, how do you say Shmorot Teva? Nature. Nature zone. Okay. Like the Indian people, okay? Nature zone. Reserve. Reserve, okay. So in nature reserve of the religious people, this is the synagogue place. So I went there, of course, don't ask me how did I reach there. It's not good to say when I'm religious. It's good that I parked my car far away from the synagogue. So I come to the Bet Knesset, and this Rabbi saw me, and how? Let's go, come in. I cut them in the middle of the Kriyat Torah, okay? So it's Kriyat Torah, it's like 80 people, all in the enthusiasm of the Kriyat Torah, and I'm coming, and they're putting me a white yarmulke, like Natzig Misrad HaChinuch, it was like shining, like and the Rabbi saw me, and come here, he said to me, come and look at the Sefer Torah, there is lights from the letters of the Sefer Torah. And I'm coming to see where are the lights here. I don't see any lights. But I'm respecting the situation here. And then nobody saw us, and I'm looking at him, and I said to him, I have something to give you. And I'm very, I don't know anything, okay? So I'm thinking nobody saw me, and so I'm putting my hands on my pocket, and I'm putting out the 20 shekels bill. And I said to him, this is the money from yesterday. Thank you. Where to put it? And he saw that. He was in shock, okay? He's an old person. He used to think like that in the Bet Knesset. So a shout went out of his mouth like, Muktzeh! And I was terrified. Who's Muktzeh is? Maybe a dog or something who went inside the Bet Knesset. And as he shouted, Muktzeh, it's like a sign. And all the other people like looking at me, waving with 20 shekel bill in Shabbat. So everybody started shouting, don't leave it, don't touch it. And I said, I'm not touching anybody, what's the problem? I couldn't understand that there is a problem with this paper. It's just a paper. Honey, it's paper. What do you want from me? First of all. Second of all, maybe it's your problem, but not mine. I'm not a religious guy. Tell me, I will put it whatever you want. Okay, what you're doing, mess with just the paper. Okay, it was a shock for me. It's a miracle that I stayed religious after that. But there's trauma in life. But I overcome that, thank God, okay, everything is okay. But let's go back, okay? Let's start from the beginning. How did I want to go to the Bet Knesset? My story started in the army, okay? I was in the IDF. In the army, I was a commander of a tank. And, as a soldier, you're just 18 years old. Okay, you're a child. And you are inside a war. It was the first Intifada. It was 25 years ago. It was the first Intifada. We were in two places most of the times, or in Gaza or in Lebanon. And this story happened in Lebanon. We were in Lebanon. I'm in the tanks. And in the tanks, there is 4 people. Okay, there is the commander. And there was 3 more people that working with you in the tank. There's a driver and the person who was responsible to the shooting, and 4 people. My best friend is standing next to me in the tank. We're sitting very high. The driver in the tank is sitting inside. The guy that is called Totchan. Totchan is somebody who's shooting the bullets. So he's sitting also inside. Gilad Shalit was a Totchan. He's sitting inside. But the 2 of us, the commander and the other person, is sitting high. And we're looking with special binoculars to see if there is Arabs or something that want to get inside Israel. And Hezbollah made something, they started with the tunnels, okay? And a tunnel, you cannot see that, okay? They are just putting out like mushrooms from the ground. You cannot expect that. You cannot be prepared to that. And they opened a fire on us. And the the second bullet hit my friend, was next to me, okay? I heard the bullet like that. And one of the bullets hit him, and he was my best friend, okay? We were raised together. He's my neighbor, he was my neighbor, he was my best friend. We were learning together in the high school, and he died immediately. And for me, it was a shock, okay? I'm the commander. I have to give orders what to do, you know, shoot back, go back. I don't know, I have to give orders, but my best friend needs me, okay? But I couldn't do anything. And when everything stopped and, you know, we just looked who got hit, and for me, this was a very tragic moment because I know he finished his life. And for me, from that moment on, I changed. Because I knew one thing. He lost his life, okay? He didn't succeed anything. He's just a young guy. He was 19 years old, okay? And with one bullet, everything was finished. So he missed his life. I'm not going to miss my life, okay? I'm going to live for him and for me, for myself also. And that moment, my life changed. I came back home. My mother looked at me and said, you know, you matured 20 years in 5 minutes, okay? I decided to put my effort in career, not army career. I didn't want to have anything with the army at all. Academic career. I started learning psychology. First degree, not the first degree, it's the BA in psychology. This is the beginning. After that, I wanted something practical because psychology is nice, but you know, I felt it's like too much, okay? Give me things to help a person, okay? To be a psychologist is a lot of years, like 7 years in general, and I really want to help people, okay? So I will continue to learn psychology, but I want also something practical. So I wanted to learn Chinese medicine, alternative medicine, but because for me it was a good combination, because Chinese medicine or alternative medicine is something practical that you can help a person now, not only to hear him and things like that. After 3 years of learning, okay, came a woman, her name was Ellen Sokolov. She was a master of Reiki. Have you heard of the word Reiki? You know what Reiki is? Reiki is it's a system of healing that's coming from the Tibetan Buddhism. They believe that if you will put your hands on a patient, energy will flow from you, from your hands, through your body to the patient. And the patient's body will draw the energy and will heal himself, okay? It's a very powerful thing. It's all over the world. They know what Reiki is. It started in Japan, went to Nepal, India, and then to the United States of America. My teacher, her name was Ellen Sokolov. She's a Jewish woman. She's one of the famous Reiki masters in the world. And she came here to Israel to teach Reiki. Of course, I was a student of alternative medicine. I wanted to learn everything I can. So Reiki was a very nice thing, touching people and healing people. For me, it was a very big challenge, and I wanted to learn that. So I came to learn Reiki. Reiki has 3 degrees. First degree, second degree, and the master's. Master is somebody who can teach others how to heal themselves or to become a Reiki practitioners. So I'm learning first degree and second degree with this woman. And then she came to me and said, you know, Fanger, you got a present from above. What happened? All the patients that went through you said to me that his hands are different, okay? It's very powerful, you know, you got a present from Hashem. Develop it, okay? I'm willing to put effort in you, and I will take you with me abroad. And I will teach you everything I know, okay? You're a young person. You can come back to Israel after 2 years of learning with me, and you will be the first Reiki master in Israel, the best Reiki master in Israel, or maybe in the world also. So come with me. And I was a very young guy there. Then I was 23 years old, and she's a very wealthy woman, so why not? So I wanted to go with her because for me it's a good opportunity to learn. So I went with her to Germany, France, Italy, and then we went to the United States of America. This is my English is from there. I'm becoming a master of Reiki, and for me, I'm start to work there. and I'm really succeeding there. I have a lot of patients. I'm started to be very famous there in upstate New York, it was, and but I'm a little bit extreme. You will know me. If I'm doing something, I'm doing that all the way. Okay, I'm not stopping in the middle. And if I want to be a Reiki master, I want to be the best Reiki master I can be. So my teacher said to me, I taught you everything I know. I don't know any more. If you want to learn more, the next station for you is the Far East. Go or to Japan, or to Tibet, or to India. Tibet was a problem with insecurity there. Japan is very expensive. India is very nice, very close, very cheap. You can do there. So I went to India and I became a student of the Dalai Lama. Have you heard of the Dalai Lama? It's a very famous person. He has a very big monastery in Dharamsala. This is the city that it's called Dharamsala, and I'm becoming one of his students. I'm learning from him. I'm practicing all the time, meditation and things that I have to learn for the Reiki. And then something happened. After like half a year, I have my teacher. My teacher is a Rinpoche. He's an old Tibetan monk. And we are talking to each other in English. He doesn't know English, and I have a translator. So the translator can cheat me, okay? He can say whatever he wants, and I will never know what he really meant. So one day, the translator is coming to me and asking me, the Rinpoche wants you. And I come to the Rinpoche, and he said to me, Fanger, you are enough time with us. Now it's the time that you will start practicing the system. And I said, it's asking, what I'm supposed to do. So he said to me, you are leaving our monastery, and you go to a very deserted monastery, very far, in a place called Rishikesh. There is a forest. There is a monastery in the middle of the forest. 15 people there is in this monastery, and you will get 2 spiritual works. And if you will succeed at those works, you will be the best Reiki master that you can find maybe in the world. First work, it's silence. You're supposed to be in silence for half a year. You shouldn't say a word, okay? This is the reason I become a speaker, okay? This is all my frustration I'm putting on you, okay? Sorry that you are the victims. First of all, you have to be in silence, because they believe that if you are talking, you're losing energy, okay? Even just hearing people, maybe the woman here will understand that you are talking with your friend, okay? Just hearing her, okay? And you feel like she draw your energy, like, wow, I'm so tired. Just hearing her, oh, she's just a vacuum machine to all my energy. If you are talking or hearing people, you become weaker. And because I'm supposed to be very powerful with my energy to heal people, so I have to reserve my speaking. Don't speak, don't hear, be by yourself. First thing. Second thing, you have to practice yoga. All the time, from the morning till the night, you have to practice yoga and meditation. And I was a yoga teacher in Vinget. Vinget is a place here in Israel that practices sports and things like that. So I was a teacher here in yoga, so yoga is supposed to be something that I'm good at. So it's 2 things, silence and yoga. Perfect combination to become a Baal Tshuva. So I'm calling to my parents and said to my mother, Mommy, hi, I love you, but in the next half year, there was nobody to talk with. My mother taking it very good, very calm. Okay, son, we love you, okay? We are behind you. Don't be afraid, you will succeed. Chazak ve'ematz, we love you. Bye, mommy. I'm telling you that because after a few months, years, when I decided to become a Baal Tshuva and decided to go to yeshiva, do you think the reaction of my mother will be the same? Son, we love you. Do that. We are behind you. Chazak ve'ematz. Or the reaction will be a little bit different, a little bit different. And it won't be hard to find the differences. But this is not our case. Now it will be later. But now I'm not thinking about it. I don't care about religions. Of course not. In my, worst dream, in my blackest dream, I won't dream that I'll be so black, okay? So I'm going to this monastery. Very beautiful place, okay? It's a forest. You're coming with donkeys. Once in 2 weeks, you can come with donkeys to the monastery and you're practicing whatever you want. This monastery, you have to go back 300 years back because there is no electricity there. There is no cell phones. Of course not. There was not. Then, not in the world, there was cell phones. There is no electricity. There is no hot water. There is no grocery shop. Okay, what you are planting in the ground, this is what you are eating, okay? And there is a river next to the monastery. From this river you can drink, you can take a shower, things like that. You are living like a goat. And try to enjoy that, okay? This is nature. Okay? I don't know if you try to be in silent, okay? Even there is Vipassana. Vipassana, it's very nice practices. It's for a week or 9 days to be in silent, but it's easy. Try a month not to talk with anybody. 2 months, it starts to be very, very hard, okay? It's like you have to talk with somebody, okay? I felt I have to take an Indian guy, shock him, and tell him exactly what I'm thinking on him, okay? Somebody wants to talk with me, please? But I have to be strong, don't talk, this is your challenge. This is your test. So I'm trying to hold on 3 months, okay? And after 3 months, it started like a volcano inside. Like, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. It's talking like here and I have to talk. And there are people are asking me, Fanger, who was somebody who watched you or like a policeman or something? Did you talk? Nobody sees you. You can go to a corner, talk with whatever you want, and I didn't talk. I know somebody heard me. No, but I'm fooling whom? Just myself. Be an honest person. There was a bully guy. I don't know what to call it. Birion. Birion, like a bully? Bully, okay. It was a bully guy, okay, like Schwarzenegger style. So he was a bully guy, and he was going on the bus and taking the door out like that, and he said, "Who's Moshe Cohen here? Who's Moshe Cohen here?" All the bus people are like, "Oh," was shivering. Nobody's in here. Moshe Cohen. He said, "Who's Moshe Cohen here? Who's Moshe Cohen?" A little guy, on the end of the bus, put his finger up. "I'm Moshe Cohen. So you're Moshe Cohen." He took him and poof, and he was killing him, throwing it in the air, and the little guy like, la, 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 falling in the ground, and the bully guy went out of the bus. And everybody was in shock, it was like almost killed him. But they are seeing that the small kid, he's smiling. So everybody went to him, and why are you smiling? You're hurt. He said, "I just fooled him. I'm not Moshe Cohen." You're fooling whom, okay? You will suffer for that. So, after 3 months, in general, 3 months, I'm feeling I have to talk, okay? I cannot hold anymore, and I don't care, even I will fail, okay? I will start in half year again. So I was standing near the river. All the other monks were working in the garden, so nobody really heard me, okay? I can come back and say I didn't fail. But I was standing near the river, and I felt I have to speak, and I'm telling you, it's like a volcano. If you won't talk for a day, you will see the first word that you want to put out of your mouth, it's hard, like, there is like something like a border, or something you have to pass on. So I'm opening my mouth, and the volcano, it's like bursting, like, and when I opened my mouth, the only thing that went out was psukim. All the haftarah for my bar mitzvah, okay, it was 12 years ago. I started like a gun machine, with the sounds and the nigunim and the tamim, and I'm closing my mouth like, quiet! What do you have with psukim? It's not you, okay? Maybe it was a song of somebody, but not psukim. And my memory, it's not my best side. I left it to my wife. Okay? Maybe all the women in the world. Okay? You have here in hard disk, like a million giga. Million is a husband, I can tell you. Okay? You said something to your wife 10 years ago. Okay? You'd say something you shouldn't say. But, please forgive me. After 10 years, do you remember what you said to me next to Chanish in Nachal Akish place? He doesn't remember that he was there, okay? Please. 10 Yemen Kippur went through us. Please. I cannot remember things that happened to me 12 years ago. Of course, not bar mitzvah. That for me, it was not an important thing in my life. I thought like that, chas v'shalom. I was in shock, okay? I was in shock. Why psukim? Why psukim? For me, it was something to think on, okay? Because In the Far East, you have a lot of time to think on things. But I will tell you something. Nobody wants to make a conclusion that will make him to change, okay? Nobody wants to change. Even though you are hearing the truth, even from inside, you don't want to change yourself. It's hard. It was a person that worked at the New York Times. He went on the street looking for something nice to work on, to write on. And he saw somebody is standing in front of a building, very tall building, office building, and smoking a cigarette. And he sees him, you know, the journalist guy seeing the person is smoking cigarette after cigarette. And he comes to him and says, "How much do you smoke a day?" He said, 3 packs a day, 3 packs a day. From which age? 16. And you are now 56. So the journalist guy is putting a calculator and is doing a calculation. He said to him, 3 packs a day, it's $15 times 300 days a year in general, times 40 years equals, say, look how much money you spend on cigarettes. If you weren't smoking, you can buy a building like that. So the guy with the cigarettes, like that, he's asking the journalist, "Are you smoke?" "Of course not." "And you have a building like that?" He said, "No, I don't have." He said, "Oh, you see, I'm smoking and this is also my building." So people doesn't love to change, even though they will hear the truth, okay, and you will see, facts in your face. Change yourself, take yourself in. It's called in Hebrew. No, it's hard. So a few psukim went out of my mouth. Because of that, to become Baal Tshuva, no, you can stay with your life, everything will be okay. Maybe you miss Israel, and you miss your Tanakh, Shuri maybe, but you don't have to become a Baal Tshuva, of course not. 4 days after that, second stage I'm going through. I'm inside my room, okay? It's not really a room, it's like a few blocks on each other, and it's a monastery, it's not like a hotel. So I'm alone in my room, and all other monks are going to sleep very early because there is no electricity. So they're going to sleep at 8 o'clock in the night, and we have candles to see whatever we want to see. But I'm a person of the night, okay? I find it hard to go to sleep early. They're waking up in the morning very early. At 4 o'clock in the morning, everybody's awake. So it was like 11 o'clock in the night. I'm staying in my room alone, and I'm practicing my meditation. And then I decided to go to sleep. Okay, it's enough time. I want to sleep. I'm closing the lights, the candles, and I have a very odd feeling that somebody is with me in the room. I can feel like somebody's watching me. And I was lighting the candles, start to do a patrol in my room. And I don't see anybody, okay? I'm alone in my room. There is nobody there. But it's frightening, okay? I can feel like 2 eyes on me. And I decided it's too frightening. Change place, change life, okay? Let's go to sleep outside. There is something here. Maybe there is no mezuzah or something. Stop, it didn't bother me then. Let's go outside. Sleep outside. I don't have a lot of things. I can take everything outside. I have a mattress, a sleeping bag, and my bag. So I put 2 candles to see the way out. I'm taking in one hand the mattress, and the other hand I'm taking the head of the sleeping bag. And when I'm pulling up the head of the sleeping bag, a yellow scorpion is falling from the head of the sleeping bag. Okay? If I went to sleep like every night after the last half year, I will put my head on him, okay? And to put your head on a yellow scorpion, okay? In India, they are not nice, okay? They don't love Jewish people. And this isn't. So if he will stab you, after 3 hours, you can say goodbye to everybody. You are going to Tisat El Al, to your grandpa above. So for the first time in my life, I can have a very powerful feeling. Somebody is protecting me. There is somebody above that protects me, because I have no reason to think, let's go to sleep outside. I'm not a person like that. Maybe somebody can hear my story and say, okay, he was in India, India. Maybe, he was like this people, flying all over with, things that they are smelling, okay? But I'm not like that, okay? I'm a very logical person. I'm not feeling that somebody's in my room, but it was a very powerful feeling that I'm wishing myself, and you also, to have this feeling now that somebody is with me, okay? I'm not alone. Hashem is with me. Every place I will go, Hashem is with me, okay? It's a very, very powerful feeling, I'm not alone. Because the people feeling that, nobody understands me, I'm all alone, okay, it's hard. But if you will feel that Hashem is with you, it's a very powerful feeling. This is the feeling I'm getting there in the monastery. But of course, because of that, to become Baal Tshuva, he wants to protect me. He can protect me. As long as he didn't ask me for protection, so you can protect me, no problem. My pleasure. I'm not becoming Baal Tshuva also because of that. But day after that, my story finished. Day after that, I'm inside the monastery, I'm practicing my meditations, and I'm run over of candles. Day after that, the donkeys, the people with the donkeys are supposed to come and bring things that we ordered from Delhi, the main city there. So I can't find any candles, and I'm looking in my bag. I have a very big bag with a lot of pockets, so in one of the pockets I'm finding the candles. But next to the candles, I'm finding like a bencher. Not really a bencher. When I flew with this woman, with my teacher, to, at the beginning it was Europe, I flew from the Ben Gurion airport. And there is a place of Chabad there, and they're putting tefillin to everybody. But I flew in the night, so there was no tefillin. So they gave me something like Tfilat HaDerech, okay? So on one side of the picture it was Tfilat HaDerech, the other side was Shema Yisrael, the Parsha of the Torah. And they said to me, you take it will protect you. I'm an Israeli guy. I said, how much does it cost? They said, it's for free. I said, okay, give me 2. Okay, maybe I will sell it to tourists. And people, no. Tourism is very nice. The tourist people are buying everything, okay? I can see here the Chinese tourists, they're coming here and buy souvenirs from Israel. But again, it's all made in China. Go back to your home, buy it for free. I don't know. But no, you're a tourist, you want to buy things. So I took this bencher. I'm calling it a bencher, I don't know how to call it. It was Tfilat HaDerech with 2 sides. So I'm taking this bencher, and when I'm looking for candles, I'm finding this bencher. I'm looking at it. And then Hashem is giving me a feeling. Try to do your meditations with words from these things. I will explain to you. The Reiki has 4 words. It's based on 4 mantras. Mantras is the word that they are using for a word or a sentence that you will say again and again, and you will draw power or things from that. Or to concentrate on. You have to say something to concentrate your mind, because your mind will, flew away, so you have to concentrate on one thing. So they are saying a word, there are 4 words in the Reiki. So I broke my silence. When I was in silence, I could say only those 4 words. Not say them, but when I practice meditation, I can practice with those words, the 4 words of Reiki. And I broke my silence. I'm supposed to start a half year again, okay? So Hashem is giving me a feeling. Try and practice your meditation with words in Hebrew, okay? You have never tried that. You can see there is a religious thing here, religious material. I don't know what's written here. I know the words. I can read it because I'm Israeli, but I don't know the meaning of the psukim here. But let's start with a word or a sentence and try meditation with things like religious things. And for the first time in my life, I'm sitting like that in the monastery. I'm looking on the bencher. I'm looking for one word or sentence to read out loud to practice my meditation. And I saw like a headline, koteret, okay? It was Shema Yisrael, it was not a headline, okay? But I didn't understand that, it was up, so I decided this is the main thing. So I started to say this sentence. For the first time in my life, I'm sitting like that, and I'm saying the pasuk. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. All my body started to shiver like that. Ah! I'm saying again, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. I'm shivering, all my body is shivering. I have goosebumps, all my skin. I don't understand what I've said. I did my Bagrut of Tanakh, but I copied everything, okay? I don't know this pasuk, I haven't heard it. Okay, but for the first time in my life, when I say Shema Yisrael, all my body is trembling, okay? I want somebody to explain to me what this sentence is, what this pasuk means. I don't want the people in the monastery to tell me, okay, they are not in this material. And I don't want the Bet Chabad, I want the dangerous people from Mea Shearim to give me answers. So I'm deciding to go back to Israel. I want answers because I found a treasure. I have $1 million in my hand. Okay, I'm practicing meditation for years. Nothing did something like that to me. Okay, I'm practicing with all the mantras you can even imagine. There is something here. I want answers. I'm collecting my things, waiting until tomorrow. Tomorrow, the donkey said, I'm coming. I went with them back to Rishikesh. I didn't say goodbye to anybody in the monastery. Maybe they're looking for me till now. I will come there wanted. Israeli guy called Fanger. So that's my business. But I went back to Rishikesh, Delhi. I'm calling to my parents. I said to them, I'm coming home. What happened? I'm coming home. Don't ask. I didn't say anything. This story, I tell you the truth, it was years after I started to say that, okay? I was embarrassed, not embarrassed. It's my personal story. It's not like, let's tell your story here all over. So I came back to Israel. I went to my place in Herzliya. In front of my house, there is an advertisement place. There was a very big poster there, Hartzah, lecture, Mystica Yehudit, Jewish mysticism, life after death, free interest. I said to myself, free interest I love. And Jewish mysticism sounds nice, okay? It's not something you have to do after that. Just hear that. And I said to myself, go there and hear for the first time in your life, Shiur Torah, even though it's not a Shiur Torah. So I came to this Shiur Torah for the first time in my life. It was a speaker from Arachim place, and he gave a hartzah of life after death. I came a little bit late, and only the first row was open. I was sitting in front of the speaker. And he started to speak. Reincarnation. He's looking at me. Did you understand? I said, yeah, understood. He continued the lecture. Near-death experience. Did you understand? I said, yeah, understood. I look back, maybe I'm alone here. No, it was a full place, but he took me like a project, okay? You can imagine why, okay? I came to him with a shawal. It's like a pants of the Far East. I was bald, like the Buddhism monks. Some people put yarmulke, okay, to respect the place. I will put a yarmulke. He will put pants like me to respect me. This is what I thought then. So all the lectures like that. Did you understand? Yeah. Seance. Did you understand? Yeah, understood. Understood? You understand? Understood. Understand? Understood? The lecture was finished. He said, okay, I finished my lecture. There is a question here. I put my hands. Yeah. Said, you have a question? I said, no, I just want to say to you, I understood. Okay. But I have a question. Sorry to ask. Okay, I'm not want to fight with you or something like that. Just want to know, okay? You proved us that there is life after death, okay? I'm not going to compete with your evidence. It was strong enough. There is life after death. But sorry to tell you, okay? Sorry to say that, but all the religions are almost the same. Christianity, Islam, or on the contrary, Judaism, they are all saying to you, come with us, you will be in heaven. You're not coming with us, you will be in hell. So what does it have to do? There is life after this. I'm not saying they're not. But what does it have to do with your tzitzit and your beard, okay? All my aunties start to go up. He said to me, oh, you're asking a good question. You're asking a good question. But you have to understand, he said to me, the Judaism is the only religion on earth that can prove you, first, that there is Hashem. And second of all, that He gave the Torah. And if Hashem gave the Torah, everything that is written in the Torah, the old Torah or the written Torah, this is the truth. If you want to prove to yourself, come to a seminar, 4-day seminar to academic people. Are you coming? I said, I will come. Are you sure? I said, yeah. And I will tell the truth, I was sure I'm going to make them secular. Because who will give lectures there? Rabbis, not offend them. Orthodox people, they're not learning in college. No, they don't know anything. Chutz Torah. And I'm a big person. I know everything. I learned at the university, so I will teach them what the big world has to say and what they will say. And I was so arrogant, so foolish. I came to this seminar. This was my mistake. I came to this seminar for 4 days. I was struggling on my life because I knew there's only 2 options. Or that they are right, or I'm right. There is no between. And if they are right, I'm going to be like them. And if I'm right, maybe they will be like me. But I'm telling you, after one lecture even, I saw, it was a culture shock for me, okay? It was a culture shock. I thought Judaism has nothing to give me, nothing update to reveal for me. And after 4 days, I'm standing on the stage and I'm telling them what I've learned in these 4 days, I didn't learn in all my 25 years. I want to tell you that you proved me that there is Hashem. You proved me that He gave the Torah. I'll tell you the truth. I wrote everything. I'm going back tomorrow to the university to check everything that you said. But if it's right, and if you didn't lie to me, I want to become a Baal Tshuva. All these people stand on their feet like, ah. And I thought, they will honor me from this day on. There will be a red mattress to home, and motorcycles will, take me home. You know what happened when my parents understood that their child, Yitzchak, this was my name, Yitzchak, the oldest child, was in a seminar of Judaism. My mother with an RPG. My father with tanks in the backyard. My mother started crying, Yitzchak, who's becoming Baal Tshuva? Avariyanim, bandits, criminals, okay? They're becoming Baal Tshuva, but not you, not you.
There's some sense in it.
Yeah, but not all of them, okay? And I'm saying, I'm not becoming Baal Tshuva. I just want to learn Judaism. What's the problem? I just want to learn Judaism. I was in Far East. I was in monasteries, okay? I saw adultery all around me. And here, Torah, what happened? And this is the way I started. I started to go to the Beit Knesset, and I'm making a long story short, because I have to finish. I will bring you the strawberry at the head of the cake. I'm a Reiki master. And all of the world, and all of Israel, of course, heard that Fanger came back from the Far East, and he is the master of Reiki. So all over Israel and abroad came to learn Reiki from Fanger. And I started to become a religious, like a small yarmulke, with genius, of course, and that. But, I'm started. And I'm starting to make a lot of money, because I'm opening a workshop of Reiki. If I have at least 50 people, and workshops cost $300, and 2 days workshop. So you have to understand I'm doing a lot of money, okay? $300, 50 people, at least, for 2 days, and 2 days after 2 days, and 2 days after 2 days. I'm making a lot of money. After half a year, I have a new car. I'm planning to buy a house. And then, something has to destroy everything. Has to work to destroy everything. 2 Orthodox people, 2 religious and Harediyot women came to my workshop, and they were really enthusiastic and said, wow, you have wonderful thing. You have to teach it to the Orthodox people. They will love that, They will run over it, they will run to you. So I don't know the Orthodox people, arrange them, I will come. So the 2 women arranged 200 women, Orthodox women, and I came to give a lecture on Reiki. My mother is my secretary, okay, this is her pleasure. And we went to this place, I gave a lecture of the Reiki, and all the women there were, whoa, it can help everything, so we want to learn. And my mother is writing it down, and he said to me, Yitzchak, you are a millionaire. Because till the end of the year, you are full booked with workshops, treatments, and lectures on Reiki. But, and I told you, there have to be a but at the end. A young woman came to me, Orthodox woman, came to me and said, sorry that I'm asking you, but are you sure the Reiki is kosher? I said, what? Are you sure the Reiki is kosher? Well, Orthodox women, we want to that it's really kosher. You're bringing it from the Far East, and we want to know that it's kosher. I said, we're not eating anything, okay? Bring the food from your home. I'm not, doesn't matter for me which hechsher. You can bring whatever you want. I respect everybody. She said, it's not doing with respect. Please bring, like an autograph or something from a very big rabbi, so it will be okay for us. I said, I don't know rabbis, okay? Please help me. So she sent me to Rabbi Yitzchak. Rabbi Yitzchak, the son-in-law of the Rav Yashiv, one of the biggest sages in Israel, of course, Chacham. And I went to him, because he understand also, of course, the Torah, but also in the medical world. And I'm coming to him, I'm 25 and a half. I'm coming like a very optimistic guy, and I'm sitting next to him and I say, Rabbi, I'm practicing Reiki. Isn't Reiki kosher? I said to him, what Reiki is? I start to explain to him, 4 words in Japanese. I'm doing initiation. I'm opening the person like a channel, and everything I'm doing. I'm making him a special in Reiki in 20 minutes. And after that, I'm asking the question: is it kosher? What do you think, Rabbi? Is it kosher? He said, no. I said, Rabbi, think it over, okay? Maybe $1,000 will help you. So it's not kosher. The words, it's in Japanese. It's maybe avodah zarah. It's from Buddhism. It's like a kishuf that you are doing, like a mischief or something. I don't know what. Mysticism or mischief? Magic? No, magic is magic. Kishuf is something more powerful than magic. Okay, witchcraft, right. You have to understand, I'm not wishing that, even to my worst enemies. For me, it was a shock. For me, you have to understand, it's something that put all my life inside. It's like you are building a home or a house or a building from glass. After 4 or 5 years, it's like blasting in your face. I was finished. I went home, started to cry. I was sitting in the salon of my house, crying. I didn't know what to do. I started to talk to Hashem. I said, Hashem, I just not long ago met you, okay? I know just for a little time, but in the small time that I know you, I learned 2 things. First of all, I learned that you are not putting a person in a challenge that he doesn't have strength to go through this challenge. And if you are putting me in such a hard struggle, such a hard nisayon, so I have to believe that I have the strength to go through it. First thing. Second thing, I learned that if somebody is sacrificed, im adam makriv, ata mekarev oto. If somebody is sacrificed, you are making close to you. So Hashem, I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for a career. I'm not asking for honor. I'm just asking you one thing. Hashem, please don't leave me, because I'm going to leave everything. I called my mother. I said, Ima, please cancel everything. The workshops, the treatments, the lectures, the Reiki is not kosher. Third World War. My mother, it's kosher. Who said to you it's not kosher? Your mother said to you, saying it's kosher. I said, Mommy, I'm sorry, it's not kosher. It's not a plastilin that you can, play with. I didn't know what to do. Maybe I will go back to the university. Maybe I will become a psychologist. Some of the rabbis told me, go to Reb Chaim Kanevsky. Go to Reb Chaim Kanevsky and ask him what you should do. I went to Reb Chaim Kanevsky. I told him all the story, and he said to me, can you go to yeshiva for 3 months, okay? Please see what the Olam Torah really is. Not what you thought that you think it is, not something that you saw in the TV. Try it for 3 months. And if you won't like it, do whatever you want. You can go back to the university or whatever, but please try it. For me, it was the wisest idea, the wisest advice that I got. I went to the yeshiva. I began in Or Sameach. After that, I went to a yeshiva called Kiryat Malachi, and I found a new world, a world that I didn't know that existed even, okay? Very powerful world, very true world, okay? Very deep world of the Torah, of the Gemara, of the everything, okay? After 9 months, I met my wife, and I have to say that I'm really grateful to Hashem that He gave me this life. And I married her, and we have a bite of Torah, Toda Rabba, Toda Hashem, Toda Rabba. And now I'm 20 years after that, and now I'm really a millionaire, but not with money, because money, if somebody's really a millionaire, he knows it's nonsense. A millionaire is somebody who has a way, that he has an answer to his questions, that he has a purpose in life. He knows there is a meaning in his life. Life is not easy, but we have a meaning. Everything is looking differently. So this is my story. Just to close it, I have a brother that became a Baal Tshuva 4 years after me. When he became a Baal Tshuva, my parents were really glad, okay? And I said to my mother, why? When I became a Baal Tshuva, man, okay? But he's coming back and you applaud him. And my mother said that when you became a Baal Tshuva, we didn't know what to be a Baal Tshuva is. We thought we would be very extreme. You won't talk to us. You will throw stones on us, or you burn the TV or something. But we saw it didn't change. It changed, but for good. Even sometimes you have a long hair behind. Now you have in front, okay? But you stay the same Yitzchak, okay? But you are improved. And this is the main thing that I wanted to tell you. When Moshe Rabbeinu came to Paro and said to him, let my people go, now we have to ask Hashem, let my people know. People here in Israel and all over the broad doesn't know what Judaism is, what the Torah is. We think it's something, it doesn't have to be, no, it's not updating, nothing has something to do with me. But Judaism is a treasure, and it's next to us. Just to reveal it to ourselves and to others. This is the mission that I took on myself, the brute, and all of us, I think, we are part of this mission in life. So thank you for listening, and good luck.